What's going on, you bitch made ass niggas, you bitch made ass bitches, you real ass niggas, and you real ass bitches? We back in the motherfucking spot, my nigga. Cracking the motherfucking 80s. You dirty
80s.
ass bitches and
Hey,
hoes.
nigga hit him with the sleepy intro.
Yeah.
Hit him with the Sleepy Brown, the podcast.
The low frequency. Welcome
Yo,
to the podcast,
Will.
bitches.
The podcast.
Party.
AKA, I ain't got no AKAs this week.
Easy, fine.
The podcast. I ain't got no AKAs this week, man.
Man, AKA keep Will Smith's wife name out your. I thought I had something though.
Yeah. I thought you had it halfway, but I mean, it's all good, my boy.
Yeah.
It's all good. AKA, keep listening to this fucking podcast, man. We appreciate it. The
Yes,
podcast. You know what I'm saying, man? We appreciate that shit. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Hey! Welcome back to the show, man. It's cracking the 80s, cracking the motherfucking 80s. Hey, motherfuckers, hey! We back for a nice, easy-going, smooth NPR podcast for you today. I'm your host, 5'2", with my guys, man. I'm here with Drvgz. I'm here with Marz. You know what I'm saying? What you would do for drugs. That gotta be a theme song, bro. You just walking through and that shit just blasting in the background. Max, you know what I'm saying? You heard?
Yeah.
You heard?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show, everybody. You know what I mean? We are back for another great episode for y'all, man. This week we got another great episode for y'all. We got a lot of TV shows are coming back. You know what I mean? Your Honor is back. We're gonna discuss a couple of different shows and different movies this week. But before we get into that, let's start with how our weeks went. How y'all weeks went, my boy? I know Marz, y'all IG got hacked, bro. What the fuck happened, nigga?
I don't know. I was on that shit one day and the shit just logged me the fuck out. Went for the verification and the numbers are different. The number was changed. Yeah, so somebody out there. Yeah, somebody out
Gunn
there.
ain't like that shit you was talking, boy.
Niggas definitely didn't. Probably was one of them square ass niggas from fucking Twitter. I don't know who the fuck it could be. I don't know.
I mean,
shit low key scary though.
I was gonna say honestly, like joking and not joking, to see that shit happens, bro. Cause you gotta think your Twitter got fucking like, it got banned or some shit too before. Remember?
Yeah, that shit had to
So
make
they
a
on
whole.
you. Them people is on you, bro.
Yeah,
all of this newfound, you know what I mean, newfound success from the pod.
It's a nigga named EMK on Twitter. I do want to fight the nigga. I don't like that nigga. Like I really, how that nigga 50 said in that video. Like I really don't like that nigga. Like I really don't like that nigga.
Oh man.
But I don't know. It is what it is. I got most of my followers back though. Shout out to all the people that fuck with me. That was like, oh, you got your shit. Damn. Don't follow me back.
When I seen this shit, I had to make sure that the new shit wasn't a fake account. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Is this Marz again? I almost hit you like, yo, bro, they out here making the OnlyFans impersonating you, bro. They got a whole account. Look.
Crazy, man.
Y'all got the word that it was you. Your shit was hacked.
Yeah, nigga.
Wow, man. What about you, Drvgz? You had a good week, my boy?
I had an okay week. Wouldn't say a good week, but you know.
Okay is fine. You know what I'm saying? Okay ain't bad.
Yeah.
And okay isn't a bad thing. My week was interesting, man. I mean, the shit started with the news of Max B possibly coming home. Fucking wave god, you know what I'm saying? Big Avail. You know what I mean? The return of the wave, April 2023, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I was bumping that good Coke Boy 6, that good French Montana, Gangsta Grills, you know what I'm saying, with DJ Drama. Shit is heat, man. Y'all heard that?
I ain't hear that, y'all. I didn't even know there was Coke Boy 6 out. I didn't know.
Definitely heard a little bit of it. Come on, man. Come on now.
I love that shit. I love it for many reasons, bro. Of course, French is one of them guys. He's one of them dudes from that era of music that we really fuck with, you know what I mean? And before I got news that this fucking Coke Boy 6 came out, I was already fucking with like Mac and Cheese 3, just that era. It was a lot of spitter still, but to my surprise, there was a Coke Boy 6, and that shit, it sounds like the old Coke Boy project. It don't sound like some new shit he's trying to, you know what I mean? It's Coke Boy. He got R.I.P. Chinks is on the second song. That shit heat. He got Stove God on the intro. He got Max on there. Max got his own song, but you know what I mean? It was a skit on the project that French put out on his Instagram with Max, you know what I mean? Video of Max talking about like, hey, I'm coming, man. I'm coming. They done fucked up and let your boy, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be out soon. So that shit brought tears to my eyes, nigga, and I've been bumping the Coke Boy 6 ever since, man. Gearing up for the Wave God to return. I hope it's official. I hope it's, you know what I mean? Cause how long this nigga Max been locked up? Since 2009 or some wild shit? Nigga did like 13 years so far. Supposed to do 75. And you know, every couple of years we get news, oh, Max coming home. And then nigga Max don't come home. But I don't know, for some reason this one seems a little bit more official. I mean, he said it himself. He alluded to it. I don't think he actually gave a day or anything, but he alluded to April, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be home. So I'm fucking excited for that. But DJ Drama with the Gangsta Grills, I said this shit was a Gangsta Grills. DJ Drama recently said, yo, he brought the mixtape bag. I wanted to see, like, how y'all feel about that? Because mixtapes never went away, but I know what he means in terms of that feel of, oh, I got a mixtape about to drop.
Not really. He just on his how he just on his how I guess. He just feeling himself because nigga, not really, nigga. You were part of a few classic tapes. I'm not gonna lie to you, but there's some tapes. You got a few.
He got a lot, bro. Like, I ain't gonna discredit him like that. He got a whole bunch in different eras. You gotta think all them dedications. I don't know if them shit's classics, but them shits as a series is a classic.
Oh, for sure.
He
a few. When I say a few, I mean, you know, more than, you know what I mean.
I say close to more than 25 for me.
25 classic tapes of DJ Drama.
Yeah, bro.
I think you just said that number. Say that number. 25.
I'm gonna just run down 5 right now, just off the top. Not even knowing, just guessing right now. You got 2 Chainz, True Religion Project. That's a classic, bro. You got Fab, There's No Competition. Either I can name any one of those projects. Classic.
All right, I give you. I personally feel like There's No Competition
Dream Chasers. 1. You know what I mean? You said There's No Competition 1 that's the best one. But that's 2 ain't no chump either. 2 ain't no chump.
No, it's not.
And I mean, look, you got Meek Dream Chasers, classic.
Okay.
Then we could go just throw in some old Wayne now, Dedication 2, classic.
Okay.
And shit.
Jeezy.
You see, I wasn't even really a fan of the Jeezy drama tapes. Like, if you didn't include that, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
yeah, he do got the skateboard piece shit with Pharrell.
Whoa, classics, bro. I'd say 25 for sure. If you considering the series of projects he put out with one artist, if you include all of them shits, he got very many classics, bro. Well, now, he brought it back. I don't know.
No, I don't think he brought it back. I don't think it
actually went anywhere.
No, it didn't go anywhere.
But this is the thing too. I think him. You know what it is? He was like one of the only DJs that put tapes together and actually had a formula of how he did it. He wasn't just putting compilations together and not saying. He was talking on these shits. So that feel of mixtape, I'll say he brought that back. That feel of it, of talking on the record and bringing it back. You know what I mean?
Right. I give him that, but
for sure. I mean, but Coke Boy 6, y'all go check that out. That shit is really good. But my week, getting back to my week, I went to a weed bar in fucking Houston, Texas, bro. Let me say that again. I went to a weed bar in Houston, Texas. I didn't even know that was a possible. Like, I didn't know that was a possibility out here in Texas because it's not recreational out here. It's not legal, but I have been seeing CBD shops and you know what I mean, different dispensary style stores popping up, and I was always wondering, like, yo, how is this? How do they get away with this? How are they not being shut down? How is this? How is their business functioning? But then I realized the loophole. They don't sell. Uh, it's not classified as marijuana because of the amount of THC is in it. They got Delta 9, Delta 8, and CBD. So within those loopholes, you know what I mean, and we being honest, when you fucking smoking and shit, and it comes to the THC level, you can put whatever you want, but it's not really. You can't accurately depict. Oh yeah, this is just a 10% right here. Yeah, this only got 10%. You don't really know, my nigga. So it's like, I'm pretty sure they selling THC that's low in percentage of THC and Delta 9 and C, but they probably sneaking in a lot of that shit too, cause you know what I mean? Like I think the jig is up. Anyway, my shorty during the week, you know what I mean? She hit me like, yo, I think I want to take you to this spot. Like, is this a weed bar? And I'm like, oh shit, they got weed infused food in there. They got weed infused drinks, dessert. Like it's an actual restaurant and bar, but everything is weed infused or weed themed. So we go there. The shit is. I'm not even gonna shout the spot out because you know what I mean. I don't want nobody to know like where I be and shit. But you walk in, you know what I mean? Nice decorated, nice decor, is dimly lit, which is perfect for that environment. You know what I mean? Lights is low, a lot of neon lights, a lot of LED shit going on. Nice little vibe though. First thing I noticed upon entry, they got a host there when you walk in. A cool, fly ass little gay dude. That nigga was the man. I ain't even gonna front. That nigga took his job. He loved his job because he was the hostess with the mostest for real. That nigga made us feel welcome. He took care of every request we had. That nigga held us down. Even to the point where he was letting us know, hey, man, it's going to be like a 30, 35-minute wait. Like, it's not, I mean, just because of the flow of how our waiters and our servers are going right now. So we're like, it's no problem. But he was like, you know what? There is this kind of like hidden room over here that I think it might be empty. Let me go ahead and see if, let me go check it out. I'll let y'all know. So we like, all right, man, it's cool. We ain't in no rush or nothing. We hanging out. He comes back, gives us a thumbs up, like, it's available. So we like, hell yeah. He's like, yo, just to let y'all know, this area is called the jungle. He's like, yeah, this is called the jungle. You know what I mean? There's a little hidden, tucked off area. You got to walk through a door. And he's like, you're able to actually smoke out there. And you know what I mean by smoke? You can smoke. Anything you purchase at the bar, you can go out there and you can actually smoke it. So I'm like, oh shit, it's lit. And mind you, I wasn't even going there with the intentions of, sparking up. I was just going for the experience, get a little drink. But he's like, yeah, you could spark up out there. So I bet. At that point, I really wasn't trying to smoke either anyway, but I'm like, yo, this is cool. So take us to the door. He opened that shit up. Woof. You get hit with mad bud smoke. You get hit with mad bud smoke, bro. They got tables out there. And the fucking cool thing about this shit is the demographic of people that go there. It ain't like no young whippersnappers and shit. It's respectable adults in that bitch. You know what I mean? Like, niggas was in there on some chill shit. It ain't no rah-rah. They playing Bad Bunny on a nice volume. It's a fucking vibe, bro. So we get there. They give you the menu. And I tried a fucking espresso martini for the first time. I don't know if y'all niggas ever had one of those, heard about them, but I tried one of them joints for the first time, and bruh, that shit was good. I don't like coffee, and I don't even know what actually is in a martini. Never had a martini before, but I've been seeing, you know what I mean? I fell victim to social media hype. I've been seeing them shits on social media a lot, so I was like, fuck it, let me try. Shit was cool. It was like a nice boost of caffeine, energy, but then on the side, she slid me a little syringe that had tincture in it. Remember when Lord was on the pod, he was talking about different tinctures and different ways that they infuse weed into other, you know what I mean, other food. She gave me like a little syringe. It's probably like 3-inch syringe with like some little liquid in it. I put it in the drink and that shit had me right, bro. Everything on the menu, you could have it infused with THC, Delta 9, or get the syringe on the side. They had different teas. My shorty had like she had 2 drinks. She had like this coffee. It was more like a latte because it was cold. And then she had like this tea, bro, like some passion fruit, honey infused with, bro, it was just the most amazing crazy experience that I didn't know was like was legal to do in Texas. So let's long story less long. I will be back whenever y'all niggas is out here. We will be going to that bitch because that shit is a vibe, bro. I'm telling you, they had the nice music, the fucking sights. They had pretty women in that bitch. But we ended up leaving because it was, you know what I mean, it ended up getting a little bit too overstimulating. Some white dudes walked in and them niggas was loud and on some wanted niggas to know they had money shit. So we was like, all right, it's time to go. This is our cue to get up out of here, man. These
niggas pulled up.
Most. Yeah, niggas, literally. They were white, but they were some niggas. For real.
You gotta love when that happens.
Bruh, that shit was the worst. It was so bad that Shorty, who was our waiter, shout out to her. She was cool as fuck. She looked like she was stoned there too, but they made for like a better environment. She walks in and she sees us looking a little like we was laughing and joking before, and then when these dudes walked in, our mode just changed. She walked in and seen us. She was like, "You guys want to check? A little too much overstimulation, huh?" We were like, "Yeah, this shit it's cool. We love it here, but it's our cue to get the fuck up out of here." Shit was pretty cool though, man. I recommend if there's a weed bar in y'all cities out there, y'all listening, go check it out, man. Even if you don't smoke, just check it out. I mean, you can get a drink there, you can get some food. It don't have to be infused with weed, but just check it out for the experience, man. That shit cool as hell. That shit, man, cool. That shit.
Wait, where is it? Is it in Houston or?
Yeah, nah, it's in Houston. It's in like you know what I mean, in the area where all the nice spots is at. Not nice spot, but just the area where it's like it's in Midtown. It's in like Midtown Houston. It's in this area called Montrose, actually, which is like a nice like party area. They got clubs out there. They got bars, dive bars. So it's a fly area. They got like different what do you call it? Different thrift shops and shit. It's actually like in that area, Montrose, that specific part of town, it's like a heavily LGBTQ friendly area. So you know the vibes is just high and mad positive and party shit. So it's real cool. I fuck with that shit. That shit was dope, man. That shit was real dope. But let's see, where y'all want to start this week, man? We got a couple of. Oh wait, I actually before we get there, I was thinking of some shit the other day. And you know what I mean, you be on internet nowadays, they got all these different bots and you really don't know, even you watch content, you can't tell if the content is staged or if it's real or not, or you know what I mean, it's so easy to get fooled nowadays with the type of technology and just style of content that people are making nowadays. You know what I mean? You don't know what's real. So it brought me back to thinking like, yo, what was the first time? You remember your first time falling for the Okie Doke? Like the first time somebody might have told you some shit or you believed the lie or you fell for some fake shit. And I thought about it because it brought me back to like high school. I remember this is around the time, and I'm probably going to age myself. You remember when Dr. Dre he was working on Detox for mad years? And nobody knew when that shit was coming out. Everybody had a rumor of, yo, Detox about to drop. Oh, Dr. Dre said Detox is coming out next week, or Detox. This shit never came. But I remember I had a homie in school one day. This is heavy around like you downloading music online. The nigga came to school one day like, yo, I got Detox. I got the album right here on my MP3. And niggas is looking at him like, you got what? You got Detox, bro. What are you talking about? He's like, yo, I got Detox. Y'all want to hear it? So, of course, I mean, I indulge in what he's listening to. And he had some Dr. Dre shit that I ain't heard before, but it was probably just like a bunch of unreleased music that somebody put together in a compilation and said it was Detox. And I'm like, yo, damn, that's a fucked up thing. You remember them times where, because I know he didn't know. He was just downloading some shit he thought was Detox. He probably got it from another friend or another homie. He brought it to us like, yo, y'all, I'm about to put y'all on. But like I said, it ended up not being Detox. So I'm like, y'all niggas ever had any experiences like that? Maybe in high school or just in general? Like, damn, they got me. Fuck. They got me. God damn. I fucking fell for it. No examples, nothing come to mind.
I think.
I was trying to think of another example too. That was the first one I definitely came to mind. That fucking Detox. Or I mean, it got content nowadays where it's like the Steph Curry shit. You know what I mean? That shit ended up being fake with him throwing the basketball from like the other side of the court and them shits just swishing.
Wait, he said he made like 2-3 of those though. So
No.
why we don't talk about the one with the commercial that LeBron did when he tossed the shit from the full court and the shit went in? He did that commercial first.
I don't even remember. See, that's the wild shit, and that's part of this kind of idea too. We get so much content and information that I don't even remember what I be seeing nowadays. Like, I slightly remember what you talking about, but I can't. It's not coming to mind.
Bro, Braun had some commercial where before Steph was getting hot, or like maybe like at like the when Steph was starting to come around. Yeah. I don't remember exactly when, but yeah, he like pulled up like normal, full court shot, bro, and the shit just went in.
That shit remind me, R.I.P. Kobe Bean. Remember when Kobe jumped over the Lambo? That's another one of them ones.
Nah, that shit was real, boy.
They say, yo, nah, Kobe did it. They gotta be real, boy. Fuck you talking about?
R.I.P. I guess Kobe. It's crazy. I was talking to my son. Shout out my son Dubs. We was talking last night.
Dubs? Like birds?
Nah, Dubs. D-U-B.
Dubs. Oh, like 20s, like wins.
Yeah, heck of Dubs. I guess finding out wrestling was fake. Kind of like.
Yeah, that's another one. Word. That's one of the moments too. Hell yeah.
Yeah, finding out wrestling was fake kind of fucked me up for like 3 weeks, a month. Kind of fucked me up.
I seen. Speaking about
like that, how is this fake when this nigga Jeff Hardy? How is it fake?
Speak on it. I was about to say I seen a video that was it was the caption was like a meme like, and they tried to tell me wrestling was fake, and it's Jeff Hardy jumping off a mad shit, doing crazy ass athletic moves.
Like no. How is it fake?
The storyline is fake, but this nigga is really jumping off a ladder.
When I'm out there, like these niggas is really acting. Doing that. These niggas deserve Oscars.
You niggas is actors. When nigga said these niggas is actors, you niggas deserve Oscars. Shout out to Biggie, man.
Remember Dirk said niggas is actors, niggas deserve Grammys? That's what happens when you drop out of school, people. Yeah. That shit crazy. Yeah, but that shit hurt my heart. My nigga finding out wrestling was fake. That shit was worse than finding out Santa Claus wasn't real.
Man, what kind of wrestling, dog? Because wrestling is real. I don't care, man.
I think it is.
Bro, you could only...
Man, they was really kissing Vince McMahon's ass.
Bro, think about it. If you ever wrestle with like a relative or some shit like that, a little cousin, your girl, something. Even y'all know y'all not fighting for real. Y'all actually just wrestling. Bro, that's still contact, bro. Like you still like... You know what I'm saying? Like it's only but so much I can like. I used
to wrestle with my cousin Quan and Juice, right? And Quan was older than us, right? And I was scared to fuck with Quan because Quan he would do examples on Juice. Like he would actually do a move on Juice. I'm sorry, and fuck Juice. Juice would be crying everything. He'll do like the real cripple lacrosse face. So like. Now, you know how niggas used to play wrestling, they fake do the move?
Yeah. I had really a nigga that used to try to choke slam me every day in junior high school, bro.
He would, but Quan's favorite wrestler was Chris Benoit and Al Snow and Mick Foley.
Pause right there, though.
Yeah.
Let's pause on the Chris Benoit being the favorite wrestler part.
I'm sorry. This is before it was not okay to like the nigga. All right? This is
that used to be
word. This is Chris and his heyday.
My boy, man.
Yeah, he did some wild shit.
My nigga, bro.
But hey, you know what I'm saying? I still bump R. Kelly, nigga. You know what I mean? Fuck that. You know what I mean? But Quan used to do. You know the crazy technical moves that'll kill you.
Fucking figure 4 leg lock and shit.
Yeah, dude. She was doing shit like that to Juice. Word.
Man, poor Juice, bro.
Man. Word.
Juice nigga said Juice still crippled to this day.
Nah, he valid, you know.
He said that crossface worked on that nigga.
I see some shit. I'm like, damn, that move. Damn. All right, y'all. Let's play the game now, y'all.
let's put on SmackDown at least.
Oh yeah, let's just chill, y'all. Bro. We wilding right now. Oh man,
I'm fucking sweating, boy.
Yo, y'all remember? Real quick, y'all remember the process of making a wrestler in any of the wrestling games? I'm not even going to like specify one, but like that whole like, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole process of just starting out and making your own wrestler. Bro, that shit used to be so exciting. I used to be on the
for real.
like 12 hours, bro.
I was about to say that was a long process. Hell yeah.
Bro, think of how young we was doing that at, bro. We was 10, 11, like sitting on that screen, like going through moves.
Making your right costume and shit, your intro.
Everything, bro.
Intro, all that, yeah. That's, man. Woo, WWE. Fucking wrestling, man. Wrestling, so.
I used to create real No Mercy, nigga. I was creating wrestlers that wasn't in the game. That's how I got my little high on.
Word, the ones that were real wrestlers, but they weren't in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that shit too. I remember them
shit.
days.
Goldberg, Rob Van Dam.
Yep.
And they had like taunts and shit for those wrestlers in the game.
I was about to say, as if they had them, they probably just didn't have the rights or some shit. But they had their moves, all
they
that.
Had their moves.
The jackhammer,
all that. Well, I mean, all wrestling moves are recycled, so.
True.
You just pick you pick moves you want to do, and then become the wrestler. You create your own name and shit like that, but all the stuff's already there. Yeah, but No Mercy had the Rob Van Dam. It had that.
Yeah, it definitely did.
I feel like the legends, though, like the real legends, they had unique special moves. Like Matt and Jeff, nobody was doing no damn Swanton Bomb, nigga.
What was the Twist of Fate?
The Twist of Fate was a regular ass DDT.
I was about to say it was a dead DDT with finger guns to his foot.
Yeah. And he fucking. That's really it.
Stone Cold, I think somebody stole his shit. I seen somebody do his shit. Like it's a different variation, but like.
Oh, the stunner. I mean, you got the RKO. That's like a stunner.
Yeah.
Randy Orton was the man. Remember Randy Orton?
Yeah, that's my nigga, bro.
That nigga was the man,
right there. It's a legend.
Yeah, Stone Cold. Stone Cold literally had fans throwing him beers from the audience. He caught every one of them shits. I never seen
3 of them shits.
And in one hand, I seen him miss probably like in the years I seen Stone Cold wrestling. I seen him probably miss about 3 beers that they caught. They threw to him. Total tops 3 out of like thousands of beers.
The Cowboys should have signed him.
Oh man. Damn, Stone Cold.
Stone
Cold's the man.
Yeah.
Stone Cold is the fucking man, bro. Oh man. I guess we can move on right now. The Golden Globes passed. I know we talked about it. I didn't watch the shit. I wasn't going to, but some of our shows, some of the shows we fuck with that we talk about on the pod, they actually, you know what I mean? These actors, they got love. They won some awards. So just shout them out real quick. Zendaya won for Best Actress in a drama TV series for Euphoria. Shout out to Zendaya for that.
Yeah, that's easy.
Mm-hmm. Easy. Abbott Elementary won for Best Comedy TV Series. I seen that happening. Quinta also won Best Actress for the same thing. So
that's not easy. I didn't. What?
Supporting actor though. Supporting actor in TV series. Tyler James Williams won. My man who plays Everybody Hates Chris.
That makes sense, bro. That man, that nigga is funny as hell.
He's there. You know what's funny? He's been funny since he was Chris and Everybody Hates Chris as a kid. But yeah, he's a funny dude. Kevin Costner won. This is one of them shows that I hear about all the time. I haven't watched it. I want to. I just haven't gotten around to it. Yellowstone. Yellowstone is supposed to be really fucking good. Kevin Costner stars in that. He won Best Actor in a Drama TV Series for that. And a little bit more, Jennifer Coolidge, supporting actress for White Lotus. White Lotus also got an award for TV film miniseries. It won for that. And Say again?
Did she get an award for like the totality of like everything she did on White Lotus, or like was it the last the recent season?
Yeah, so this is for the recent season. They go by the seasons. This is for season 2.
What?
Yeah. And she won supporting actress too. So I wanted to know if she was the supporting actress, who were like the leads for that shit. Like, I'll be curious to see who they would consider the lead in that season. But
I mean, I'm pretty sure it would be amongst
Aubrey in them?
Yeah, Aubrey.
I don't know.
Seems
Aubrey.
like they were like the bigger
I said Aubrey, it's Audrey.
They had like the bigger star power amongst like everybody else in the cast.
True. Yeah. The funny thing about Jennifer Coolidge too, she's been around for a minute. She's a legend. Long. She's a legend, but she
That's
actually
mom, bro.
Your word, Stiffly, exactly. Super legend, but she kind of had like a falling off, and even her words, she said in the interview, it wasn't until what's Shorty's name? Ariana Grande put her in that Thank You Next video. I didn't even know she was in that video, but until then, it kind of brought her back out. I guess to the younger generation, and just seeing her in that light again, people started fucking with her again, and that's how she ended up on White Low.
And her personality though, like she seemed like she's like cool as hell, like she funny and shit.
Even word, like me and my shorty love her. She seems like, you know what, she seems like the same character that not character, but like Aubrey Plaza, like that personality that like I don't even know what you consider it. She seems like the other side of the spectrum for that. She's like the older woman, but she's kind of like ditzy. She's kind of like, oh my god.
She was also the girl who took Pootie Tang's belt, man.
Was she?
Yeah, she was, man.
Oh man, nah, that's funny as hell.
On the Rent of Time, man. On the Rent of Time, man.
Tarate. Oh, man, bro. Fucking classic movies. That shit. That's a dumbass movie, but it's fucking classic.
She has some nice. Katie has some big old titties.
Yeah, some nice what?
I said Katie has some big old titties. If you get what I'm saying.
Double G's.
She had some doubles. She had joints.
When she was younger. In White Lotus, you kind of, you see, it's kind of like the producers are like, we'll put the push-up bra on. You know what I'm saying? And, she got to bring it back. But back in the, early 2000s, 90s, that shit, she didn't need no push-up bra. Them shits was there.
Yeah, them shits was standing up at attention on their own.
That shit was looking real nice and Pootie Tang.
She had the Barbarians.
Pootie Tang fell for it. Yeah.
She had the Barbarians.
Pootie Tang fell for it on the Rent of Time. I swear, I see it. That's a classic.
Yeah, nah, that shit is a classic, bro. I remember the first time I seen that movie too. I was just like, what the fuck am I watching, bro? The first time, but then just over time hearing about it. You know what, another thing too, bro? Like, y'all remember back in high school or maybe elementary, junior high, where a rumor would start about maybe like someone in entertainment, and then that rumor just traveled. And this is pre-internet. I was talking to my shorty. I'm like, y'all remember the fucking rumor of damn, when niggas thought Ciara was a man? Y'all remember that?
I was just about to say that shit. That shit was global, man.
I was asking, I'm like, so I asked her, I'm like, yo, did y'all have that rumor out here in Houston? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, yo, this is pre-internet. Who the fuck were creating these rumors, son? Like, and how are they going global like that? Like, they said that about her. They said that about Lady Gaga at one point. Like, who fucking started these rumors, my nigga? Like, and how did it spread without the internet like that?
Somebody had a fucking a tour bus, and they just toured the cities and the states, and just told everybody.
And just told everybody bullshit, bro. Like, I remember that vividly, bro. Like, Ciara was brand new onto the scene, looking sexy, dancing and shit. And then out of nowhere, some hating ass motherfucker was like, yo, y'all know she was a man.
No, she got a dick, right?
What?
Said that shit.
What the fuck? And
nigga was smoking a blunt. Nigga
shit.
said, well, you know she got a dick, right? She crazy.
Yeah, that's probably how it started, bro. That's how all rumors start. Just some nigga spewing off some random ass take, and it catches some legs, and now Ciara's a man.
That shit was a thing. That shit was a thing for like until like her and Bow Wow did that song together.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember that rumor going around type shit.
It might still be a thing in certain communities. They still saying that shit. You got ignorant motherfuckers out here, boy.
Yeah, word. Then she did that song "Act Like a Boy." Kind of didn't help the situation at all.
Which is one of her best songs too.
One of her best songs, yeah.
Throw my pants just like I'm throwing my pants. It's like throwing a cast like I'm, fast like I'm. Yeah, Ciara got some joints. I ain't gonna front. My goodies, yeah, Ciara. Fuck with Ciara, but it's fucked up that you gotta think she's a young girl from probably an inner city. She from Atlanta. She from the A. She just getting up in fame. She young. She getting her moment, and niggas think I'm a man. Like, wow, bro. Fucking crazy out here, man. Y'all be safe out there, man. It's wild. Niggas throwing rumors on anybody nowadays. Y'all gonna see, like, a couple of years from now, they gonna have rumors about us, bro. They gonna say all type of shit. That's how you know you popping, though. How you know you popping? You do what you want, what you popping.
I don't want to be that type of popping. Hopefully, no one cast
niggas call you a beaut. And you know that nigga Drvgz a girl. Should be wild.
Yeah, he was born with a coochie too.
He was born with a coochie.
They gonna dig up a picture when you had long hair and shit. Look, see, I told y'all niggas.
Told y'all niggas he's a bitch.
Yo, nah.
You gotta do damage control videos and shit.
Yo, doing the damage control to say you're not a woman with a full beard is crazy.
Hey, listen, man. I ain't no bitch, man.
I didn't know I had to do this, man.
I don't usually do the internet. I don't.
That's how all the videos start. See, I don't even be on the internet with y'all doing this corny shit, but y'all got me fucked up.
Got me fucked up, man. I ain't no bitch,
cheating?
man.
Remember when Fab got caught cheating allegedly? He was like, yo, somebody did this. Somebody made this, man. I ain't do this shit, man. Nigga said somebody did this. Man. Shout out to Fab, bro. And shout out to Angela Bassett. She won supporting actress as well for the Black Panther.
Oh, she's actually the first person to win a Golden Globe for a Marvel movie.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow. See, now we give her some round of applause for that. See, I ain't know that.
Somehow, some way.
And the last time she won,
DC takes the L for that.
I think the last time she won was the Tina Turner movie.
Wow. Damn. Shout out to Angie. Legend.
Did you guys hear about the white female cop that got a train ran on her at work?
I didn't hear the story, but I seen the headline from like other cops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, word. I heard about it. I didn't know. See, that was another one of them stories where I be seeing shit pop up and I don't know what's true or not. And you know,
it's definitely true.
Yeah, no, I figured out it was true, but that's why I didn't even look into it. I thought it was, at the time when I seen it, I thought it was just some fucking sensationalized headline, so I just overpassed it. But please enlighten the audience. What the fuck? What happened? Like, that's a wild ass scenario.
Ain't nothing. I mean, the article, just breaks down the niggas who did it, and what happened.
Did they what happened? How'd they find out? Like, did they get in trouble? What the fuck is going on?
They all got fired. But she got fired. Yeah, a few, all of them got fired, I believe. Yeah.
That's wild.
They was fucking on the job. Crazy. Man. You get fired for hitting a bitch with back shots, but you don't get fired for actually shooting a nigga. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
It's wild,
man.
Man.
That's the boys in blue, man. They live by code. They gotta. Yeah. I mean, they gotta.
They was all fucking her at the same time. It was on some like orgy type. It was
that's
like,
wild, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's. I don't know, man. I don't be trying to judge because I mean, it sounds like it was consensual, so that's the good thing, I guess.
Right.
But just in general, that's still weird as hell to me, man. But I don't kink shame. I don't judge. If y'all into that shit, put it in the comments. Let us know if you fuck with that type of shit. We'll bring you on the pod and make fun of you. You run a train with these questions and that's on your ass. But let's see. You seen
Type of shit get on the show. That's math crazy.
Speaking of the Black Panther and Marvel, you seen the Antman 3 trailer?
Yes, I did. I'm excited for it. I'm happy to see it, man. I'm happy to see Tick as King the Conqueror. I'm eager to see how they're gonna do this and how that's gonna lead into King Dynasty and Secret Wars. I'm trying to see what they're gonna do with this. Man. This is interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to see too for sure, man. The trailer. Mm-hmm. Oh man, we might have to do, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? A little reaction trailer, you know, to the trailer, you know what I mean? It won't be a first time reaction, but shit. Fuck it. Oh, you know what? We'll wait until another trailer comes out and do a first time reaction on that. So it's a little bit more authentic, you know what I mean? It's funny, Drvgz actually just showed me the Megan trailer. I remember we was talking about that movie Megan. I didn't see the trailer, and I didn't even know the trailer. The movie came out this month, but the trailer was from 3 months ago. I didn't even know, but I had like my first reaction experience watching that shit, and that shit looks pretty good. So I probably will go see that. I'm not gonna lie, that shit look pretty interesting. That shit look pretty interesting, man. But let's get into some of these TV and movies that we watched over this last week. I know, Drvgz. You've been watching a couple of shows. Your Honor is back. What's Your Honor comes on Showtime, huh?
Yeah,
Showtime. I think that comes on Showtime. Word. Heisenberg, starring Heisenberg, the good homie Bryan Cranston. Is he a legend? Is Bryan Cranston a legend? Could we put him in legendary category yet?
I don't really. Well,
I mean, he has legendary roles. Like, that's for sure. Heisenberg is you know what I mean? That's pop culture at its finest, right there. Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad is. But I mean, I still know people who don't really like Breaking Bad or like care to watch it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he got a couple of. I mean, he got some legendary shit. He was in Malcolm in the Middle. You know what I mean? He played the dad on that. I don't know if y'all watched that joint.
Hell yeah! What?
Played the dad on Malcolm in the Middle. You know what I'm saying?
Where did you grow up at that you wasn't watching Malcolm in the Middle?
Hey, you know what I mean? Sometimes you might have missed it. You know what I mean? It's mad shit that I missed. Maybe we can't put him in legendary status yet, but he's on his way. He's definitely on his way. But Your Honor, great show. It started season 2, just started back up. Definitely going to be checking that out this season. Yellow Jackets, though.
Yeah, that's another.
Tell us a little bit about Yellow Jackets, bro, because I watched it too, but I know you're watching it now, so I'm not too sure how far you are.
I was about to tell you to do it. I haven't, like, I've been, like, I fell asleep on it, just like Jan, actually. So I didn't really, like, get to, like, study it.
As much? I mean, so you seen the first episode, though, right?
Nah, not the whole thing.
So you haven't even.
I'm at the beginning.
Shit. Like, you still early. You haven't even seen.
Because you know how I stumbled into it? How did I stumble into it? I think somebody won an award.
Oh, somebody from the show?
Yeah, or maybe the show got nominated or something like that.
Oh, maybe it was nominated for a Golden Globe or something.
Yeah, so I decided to watch like a trailer. I read, a little bit on it. And I was like, all right, yeah, this kind of sounds interesting.
Oh, so I thought, shit, so I don't even really want to, because that first episode sets up the entire show. It's toward the later end of the show and how it ends where it fell off for me. You know what
I could tell how it started. Like, I already see how it,
Yeah.
like,
So I mean, brief overview, but without spoiling too much, because the first episode, you watch that pilot episode, and you see it sets off exactly what's going on. But it's a high school. They're a soccer team, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's a soccer team, girls soccer team. The Yellow Jackets. That's their team name. I think they're from Seattle. Or they're planning on a trip to Seattle for the national tournament, right? They nice. They kicked ass all season, and it's time for the national championship game. So I believe they're on a bus. No, they're on a plane, actually. They're on this private plane. They're trying to fly to the, fly to the tournament. And prior to all of that, though, a couple of the girls, I think one of the girls breaks her leg or some shit, so she can't participate. So she's walking around on a crutch. Long story, less long without giving it up. They're traveling with the coaches or whatever. The coaches, they got like a man as the coach. But on the day of the trip, they get on this private plane, and private plane's in the air, and that shit crashes. And then they survived the crash, but they're in the fucking jungle, bro. They ended up in the jungle. Like, they crash land in the jungle, and now that shit turns into Lord of the Flies, basically. I don't know if y'all seen Lord of the Flies. Everybody had to read that shit in high school. It literally turns into that shit. And it's amazing for the first 5 to 6 episodes. From that, you can see that they're trying to survive in the forest now. You got a bitch that her leg is broke, so they got a person that has to babysit her pretty much. You got a bunch of girls in the fucking forest that are trying to survive, but you know what I mean? They all on different bullshit. They fighting each other, or they clicking up over here. This one got beef with this one, and then you introduce a male character, and it's Lord of the Flies with girls with adults in supervision. It's pretty cool though for the first 5 episodes, and then that shit it get boring, and the ending is But season 2 is starting back up this year. Season 2 in March, I believe it says it's starting back up. So I may check it out too. Fuck it, why not? But Your Honor, we were talking about Your Honor. Did you start that one? Because that's pretty much similar to, and it's crazy. They're both on Showtime.
Nah, that was the first one I watched, and I fell asleep.
Oh, okay. So on the first episode as well.
Yeah, but I watched more of that first episode, than the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, but I mean, similar to Yellow Jackets, is literally the ending scenes is what sets up the entire first season of the show. Same thing, Your Honor. Bryan Cranston plays a judge. He has a family. There's a little bit of mob influence in this, and I believe they take place in Louisiana somewhere. I forget where specifically, but one of them little Louisiana towns where there's not that many people, so everybody knows each other type shit, but it's big enough to where, you know what I mean, it's actually a city too. I forget the name of the town, but he's a lawyer. I mean, he's a judge. I'm not gonna front. I had a couple of takes. I'm gonna hold my takes just because we're not gonna really discuss the show yet, but as a black person watching that show, you kind of get a little triggered watching it. Like, damn, yo, what the fuck? The show ain't even about niggas, but somehow we get involved in it, and it's some bullshit. So, long story, without giving it away, without spoiling. Well, this is a spoiler, but it's not gonna ruin the experience because it's still great. You're following 2 storylines: the judge and his family, and this mob boss and his family. He's doing his judge thing. He's in his robe. He's judging the case. Mob boss, judge. He's with his family. You know what I mean? And at this time, you don't know he's a mob boss. He's just a white guy with his family. His son. He gets his son a motorcycle for his birthday. His son been wanting a motorcycle forever. Dad didn't want to get him one because he said it was dangerous. Finally gets him one for like his 18th birthday or 21st birthday or some shit. He has a sister as well, and he gets his bike. He's super happy. He takes off on the bike right away. He's just gunning it. He's gunning that shit. Like, he wilding on this bike, bending corners, doing reckless shit. young, reckless teenager shit on a motorcycle. Fast forward now, you go to the other point of view of the judge. He has a son as well. His son is I forget what the story is with his son, but the son is out driving around or whatever. This is actually probably the end of how the first episode starts, but where the climax arises is the son of the judge runs into the son of the mob boss while he's on his bike. He crashes him. I mean,
it seemed like it was like a crossroad.
Yeah, it was like an intersection. I mean, yeah. I think the bike he ran a stop sign or some shit. Or he ran a red light. He did something he wasn't supposed to do on the road, which caused the intersection to happen at that perfect time to where the judge's son. Let me actually pull up the name so I could.
But peep how it led up to him hitting him. Like he was getting chased by like.
Oh yeah, it was like that.
Like put a picture down in front of a store. I believe maybe somebody died.
That is because I do remember it was like that unnamed like van that was following him, which I think pertains to someone that the judge might have put in jail, and then they found out that this was the judge's son, so they were chasing him or some shit. Something happened to where he was being followed. You're right. He was being followed by a van, I believe. I think, if I'm not mistaken, or like a truck. And as he's running away, this is the same time he runs into the intersection. Boom. So the guy, let me pull up these names. Hold on. Give me just a second. Get these names right here. All right, boom. So Bryan Cranston's character, the judge, plays Michael. The son I'm talking about, his son is Adam. And then the mob boss is Jimmy Baxter, the Baxter family. Yeah, that's who we're referring to. So, okay. So Adam, the judge's son, runs into Jimmy Baxter's son, knocks him off the bike. He gets out. He goes to approach him. He sees he's all fucked up. He's bleeding like in a gutter. Bleeding, but he's still breathing at this time, right? So Adam has the moment of like split decision. He has to decide if I'm going to run or if I'm going to help this dude out. I think he actually tries to help him, right? I believe he tried to help him, but then he realized it wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
He just flees. He flees right away. Boom, runs away.
Wait, but he actually like crawled away.
Oh, this is when you're talking about Adam crawls away or the mob boss's son, Jimmy's son.
Wait,
because what happens is he tries to help him.
The mob boss's son was laid out.
Yeah, he was laid out, and then he actually grabbed on to the other dude, like, "Yo, help me, bro! Like, I'm dying." I think he like grabbed onto his leg, and that's when he started like crawling. Like he crawled up to him and like grabbed onto his leg for help, and that's when Adam just took off. Like, phew, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but he barely took off because that nigga couldn't breathe.
Yeah. Wait, who are you talking about? The Adam or the one that died? The son that died?
Adam, he needed an asthma pump, bro.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's the part that was left out. He has asthma, so he walks around with this pump. They made it a point to focus on that pump,
and that's why he hit him. Right. Remember,
yeah, he was trying to get his pump. Trying to get it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, crazy. He was trying to get to his pump in his bag, or he left it, or no, he had it, but he couldn't get to it. Yeah, he couldn't get to it, and that's how he hit him. Yeah. And without spoiling it, that's how, I don't even know if this happens in the first episode or what, but
yeah, it
is. The mob boss has henchmen or whatever, and the henchman finds the pump. And that's when shit hit the fan. Like they find out who Adam was. They find out Adam's dad is a judge. And now Jimmy Baxter, the mob boss, and Bryan Cranston, the judge, they're in a back and forth of, yo, your son killed my son. I need revenge, bro. Like, what's up?
Right.
And then this shit get twisted. Like, Adam he gets into a relationship with the fucking sister of the dude he killed. She's unaware of it. It gets twisted, bro. But Good fucking show. I recommend it. That's a cracking 80s recommendation. So when you finish watching that shit, bro, we gonna talk on that for sure.
Oh yeah.
That and Yellow Jackets. For a shit show. I did watch Candyman. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I did watch the new Candyman, and I have to say I enjoyed that shit, bro. Like, that's another one of those things where social media, I fell victim to it. People were talking shit about it when it came out, so I didn't have any I didn't care to watch that shit. But then I was surprised when I actually turned it on. I was scrolling through Amazon Prime the other day. Turned it on, and that shit was actually pretty good, man. I appreciated how they told the new version of the same story. It was not, I mean, it had to do with art, so I guess that's what got me hooked in. It was about a creative, you know what I mean? Anything that has to do with creativity, I'm in, and it's pretty fucking cool, man. It's a nice flip to the Candyman story. I enjoyed it, and it had old boy from the first one, so.
People on the internet on Twitter and shit, they don't like Hollywood.
I'm starting to learn that, bro. I'm just starting to learn Twitter and the internet. They don't like anything that they can't do.
Yeah, they don't like anything. No, they don't.
They like if you can do some shit and you're good at it, whether you rap, you make whatever you do. I think that's the testament to people in the world. I just think I don't even think they hate on them. I think it turned into hate. It evolved into hate because anybody that's creative or do something and you just there's an envy there. Like, damn, I wish I could sing like that. I wish I could paint. But it never got to that next level where it is now, where you hate or bash them for that shit. Like, it's weird, bro. Like, it's real weird. Like, people literally just hate on artists or comedians just because of what they do.
Actually, they just hate because they could type. If they couldn't type, you wouldn't know.
Man, and
that's what it is.
Yeah, they're good at writing.
Not even good at writing. They can write their opinions. That's the only reason why they hate. They don't really hate. They just gonna type some shit because they bored.
Yeah, that shit is wild.
Well, a lot of this should be manufactured hate, man.
Manufactured or fake hate, bro. Don't even be real people. Like, should be weird as hell. But
yeah,
Candyman, I recommend that shit too. That's a pretty good movie to watch. Oh, before we go on, I wanted to shout out my boy Lip from Shameless. He won for the Bear. He won a Golden Globe for that shit. I ain't even shout my boy out. Yeah, y'all seen the Bear, right? Pretty sure we talked about that shit, huh?
He won a Golden. You say he won what?
Jeremy Allen White. Yeah, he won the homie that plays the chef. Word shit, yeah. Lip. He won. Yeah, he won a Golden Globe.
Oh shit! Well, shout out to him.
For best TV actor.
Yeah, he smoked that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when we announced that they were nominated, I was like, yo, if he doesn't win for this, it's a problem. Cause he smoked that role, bro.
Yeah.
Super smoked it. Super duper smoked. What else we got here? Anything y'all want to jump in? Because I got a couple more TV shows, but I don't know if y'all want to throw something in there too. No. All right, so we got Snowfall is coming back. Yeah, I know Marz. I know you don't really fuck with Snowfall.
Showing Cali about drugs and no gangs. I'm good, man.
Yeah, they don't do a good job of showing the lifestyle during that time. I think if 50 was in that, like on the whatever you call it, he was part of the creation of that show. 50 does that well, but 50 falls in his shows, like they fall victim to a lot of, I mean, their pitfalls are like in the writing sometimes, but when it comes to showcasing that lifestyle and that era specific,
50 gets it.
He gets it, yeah. Like, I think that's what Snowfall is missing, and it's missing 50 Cent's taste on, because you gotta think, we watch Raising Kanan, like they got that shit down to a perfect, like the jewelry, the fits, the cars, the slang, the hairstyles. Yep. It feels like you outside in that era. You watching Snowfall, you just, and I feel you on that. I still appreciate the show. Last season was kind of weak, not gonna front, But it is missing that. It's lacking that for sure. It's lacking making you feel that you're in that era. We don't get any personable, like we just follow Franklin doing all this shit. The first few seasons were pretty decent in that. Like without having that, it didn't really matter. But now, like he's not relatable. Even though he's like a drug dealer, drug lord, he's not relatable at all.
It feels like they took more. The director took more from like his imagination.
Yeah,
it started out really good though.
It's fucked up because this is exactly what happened, man. John Singleton died, bro, like midway of his creation. So
yeah,
whether he had a full way of how this shit was supposed to end or not, like an outline, a guideline for people to follow, him not being there is going to take away from that essence of him feeling like, all right, maybe we should incorporate this to give more of that feeling. Because you're right, like in the first few seasons, they didn't really show much about gangs. They did loosely. You know what I mean? They had characters that were introduced they were on different shit that gave you the feel of like, I know a nigga like that. Oh, I knew a dude like that before. It was a little bit relatable. As these recent seasons, you got Scully, you know what I mean? Scully, everybody like, oh yeah, you know a crazy motherfucker like that. But they took away from that in these last two seasons, in the last season specifically. Like, we didn't even have Scully that much in that last season. You know what I mean? Like, all of the shit that made it relatable to the streets of that time. We had a fucking tiger roaming the streets, bro. That shit was ass. Like, that was the most random shit ever, bro. Like, I ain't gonna front. That pissed me off about last season. That shit was it was random and it was pointless. Like, they just wanted to put on something to make people say, oh, wow. You know what it is, bro? I'm gonna keep it real. It looked like they had too many white people involved in the writer's room in these later seasons to where the street shit for them is not their lifestyle, so they don't understand how it could be portrayed and showed in a way that is entertaining to people or entertaining to the audience of what the show started out as. They just started getting on that imaginary bullshit where that's some white people shit, man. Like and I'm not even speaking for most white people, but there's a lot of people in suburban communities that their imagination is where they get entertained because they don't see shit that happens in real life that's like, oh, shit. And it's not like saying one is better than the other because if I could grow up not seeing motherfuckers get shot at and shit like that, I would want to take that life, but it builds character. That's what Snowfall is missing in these later seasons. It's missing that character and that relatability to that actual lifestyle. We seeing Franklin doing superhero shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, and this next season, I seen the trailer, long story less long, getting back to what the trailer, it's looking more or less like that shit again is going to happen this season, man. It's looking like we going for more psychedelic bullshit. They had a whole scene, and I don't even mean to bash the show because I actually enjoy it, but the last season was ass, man. I gotta keep it real. They had an episode where they was all on LSD at like a wedding. That shit was weird, bro. Like, shit like that happens in 2023. That don't happen back then. Like, somebody spiked a punch with LSD. Like, bro, what are we talking about? So, yeah, check out Snowfall if you want to after that review. I'll fuck with the show, but man, y'all, R.I.P. John Singleton, man. Y'all fucked his shit up. He rolling over in his grave right now.
Even when John Singleton was on there, I feel like, because I was looking at like videos of all his old films and shit. He never really tried to tackle that blood and crip shit like that though. Like Boys in the Hood, he played on it, but he didn't really play on it. Because we all know Cuban was crip, and then he was beefing with the blood niggas. But he never really played on it like that. I don't think he wanted to glorify.
And I think, but that's perfect. He didn't want to glorify, but it was still there. Like,
it was still there, right.
It was up to you to understand, like, oh, this is what I'm talking about.
I feel like he should have capitalized off that. And he's a great fucking director. Don't get me wrong. He has classics under his belt. Like, he has classics. Poetic Justice. Fucking Baby Boys,
bro. Like,
Boys in the Hood. Baby Boy's a cult classic. Higher Learning. Got some shit under his belt.
Yeah, definitely.
But I just feel like he should have just turned it up a little bit more with Snowfall. Because it's FX gonna let you do whatever the fuck you want to do. You understand what I'm saying? So he could have pulled it off way more, than what he did. I just feel like he should have just capitalized off that shit. You talking about crack in the 80s in LA.
Word.
That's just like that's Blood and Crip Central at that time. That's you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I can't even explain it.
I do feel that it is lacking in that for sure. But like you said, maybe
that brings more culture to the show. That brings more awareness of kind of, just how gangs were back then. You understand what I'm saying? And how shit really was and why these niggas was doing what they was doing. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like you giving a nigga that got on chinos and a fro some crack to be a drug dealer and his friend is a thug ass nigga. That shit don't really. You didn't have to set that shit back in the day. You could have set it to a now time period.
And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, it just seems like the time period with the writing, the people who were in these writing rooms were focused on a now as opposed to keeping it in that period that they were actually writing about.
Right.
They had different pieces that it implied certain stuff, but they didn't follow it out. Like
they used that shit as a filter.
Yeah, it was filler. They was just filling in different shit.
No, I'm saying a filter. They use that 80s shit as a filter.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Like an Instagram filter. That's just what it was. It wasn't really back then. It was just the look was that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Even if you didn't want to do Bloods and Crips, you still could have had two gangs going to war.
And I was gonna say, like, I mean, they kind of do though. Like, they do, cause Scully is a blood in the show. Like, you know what I mean? And they
it's my boy.
I think they did. You know what it is? They definitely did, bro. It's just.
But have the whole show be about that though.
But so I think that's where you got wrong. I think the story they're trying to tell isn't about the gang shit. Is in there, and they didn't do enough. I'm agreeing with you on that. But I think the story they wanted to tell, because this is literally like the Rick Ross story. It's loosely based on Rick Ross. Right. So
well, you can have Franklin be a nigga that was cool on both sides. And then some shit blew out, and then I feel like it needs to focus on that gang shit because it just brings more. What else are they gonna talk about? In LA in the 80s,
away from the actual, like, you know what I'm saying, the actual story.
I would say,
the story can still be told, but you can still have your action. They could be your segue to your shootouts and all this extra shit.
Bro, if they put more of that into the show, the casual fan watching that is just gonna watch it for like that type of shit. Like it's not gonna care too much about the story. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying to deviate away from the story, but incorporate that shit with the story. You don't have to show.
It is.
You don't have to
show. What I'm saying. I think they did early on in the seasons, but
you don't have to show.
It's just not. It's not a pinpoint. Like it's not constantly in every episode. Like you're not turning it on and you seeing a nigga flagging and like that's not the what they wanted you to get watching this show.
I mean, you got shit like Sons of Anarchy, where those are gangs, and it's not just them, wearing a vest all the time. It's just them going through.
Actually a gang but that's about though.
But I'm saying though, you can. But I'm saying you can still do shit with these characters. They just so happen to be Blood and Crip.
I just think I agree with everything you're saying. I just don't think that's what they were trying to do. I think you're focused
on it's in the show. Like I don't know if
and that's what I'm saying. It's there.
It's
you wanted that to. I think it just sounds like that time period. You just wanted it to be like, yo, this is what was going on, and it should be this. But I just think they were focused on because Drvgz is right. It is that shit is involved. It's included in there. It's just not the focus. And then as the show progressed, it lost that completely. So I am agreeing with you on that part of like it did start that way, but then now it's really fictional, imaginary bullshit. But at one point it was that. And I'm attributing it to John Singleton not being a part of it anymore. In my opinion. Because the first 2 seasons were amazing, bro. And I even give some to like season 3. But it just seems like, you know what? Adding on to that point, they probably, if they had more of a clear focus that was about the story, and the guy who was creating the story passes. Now they're scrambling, just trying to finish out this story, and now they got to just fill it in with bullshit. And it got completely away from the gang shit. I agree, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think, man. Y'all let us know in the comments.
I feel like it keeps us on our toes. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's cliches, gang, blah 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 bullshit, but with good writing, it keeps you on your toes. Just saying. It makes you look forward to, next week's episode, this and that. Or it's just, I feel like when my dad's friend told me that there's more shootouts than Power,
your mic sound kind of low, bro.
I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
When I found out that Power had more shootouts than the show in LA in the 80s about crack, I said, no way. No way.
I mean, that's not really a fair comparison, though.
It's not a fair comparison. It's just about the shit that's going on. And niggas don't die every episode of Power. But the fact that there's more shootouts in New York City in the current times than it is in the 80s in LA when it was crack outside, I don't know.
I think it's just the story, the way the story is told, bro. Because I could tell a story about my childhood.
You know how many niggas died during the crack era? Do you know how many niggas in LA? Do you know how many niggas died? No, real. You know how many niggas?
You're making a good point. I just think we caught you might get stuck too much on the story that you would want to be told, that you would want to hear about.
It's not the story it was the story that should be told. It's not about the story I want to be told. It's the story that should be told.
Like, what if, you're not wrong, but I'm just offering the other side of both things could be happening. Is not meaning because one has more shootouts that it wasn't a story being told. Like Power, we gotta think Power is like a goddamn superhero movie in the terms of how that writing is. So we can't compare shootings and that and the amount of gunfights and that shit to anything really. You can't even compare that to motherfucking Mercenaries, the movie, bro. Like that Power shit, they blicking on fucking Queens Boulevard in broad day. That shit is more unbelievable than the amount that they had in Snowfall. Like the shit in Snowfall actually made sense. Like, and that's why I'm just saying, I think the stories they were following, it was probably mad shootouts going on in that time, in the time period of this Snowfall, like on the other blocks. But the story they wanted to focus on was just this specific guy and the people he knew. Maybe he ain't knew a bunch of niggas that was, that was getting into it all the time. Not saying it didn't exist. That's just not where they wanted to put that focus. And they, like I said, they did early on in the seasons. They just got away from that completely. So I think we both right. Like it definitely did need a little bit more aesthetic and relatability and just what it looked like. But I hope this season is at least entertaining. I'm not looking for it to be a classic anymore, but entertaining. I hope they bring my nigga Peaches, bro.
We settling for less. We settling for less with these TV shows, my nigga. We settling for less. We need to aim higher.
I mean, it's not really up to us, bro. We just consumers.
We are, and I hate that shit. I hate that you gotta say that. This shit. It should be a classic, my nigga. Y'all niggas been watching this shit since day one. Y'all need y'all big payoff. You understand what I'm saying?
Nowadays,
fuck that, man.
Niggas be trying to get money nowadays, bro. Like niggas don't even care about making classic anything. Everything is a lick nowadays.
Everything is a motherfucking lick now, my nigga. Facts. You ain't never lie. But there still needs to be some type of, enjoyment. You know what I mean?
Integrity. Like the integrity is gone. But
it's gone.
I mean, so with that known, I'm like, man, at the very least, if I could get some entertainment for an hour, I'm suffice. I mean,
but it's barely giving you entertainment. Last season was ass cakes.
Yeah.
So are you getting your entertainment? You anticipate, you're hoping for it, but then when that first episode hit and that shit ain't all that, they on drugs and shit, they frankly cracking jokes and ain't nobody getting killed. Are you entertained?
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here? I mean, it's fucked up, bro. Now you're just depressing me on just because that's not even just in entertainment. That's just the state of the culture in the world.
Right Hollywood in general right now. Hollywood's on a fucking flop. It's on a decline of far as hopefully The Last of Us changes everything. Hopefully there's cinema in that. But
yeah, hey, your mic
who
coming up
knows?
again.
Oh shit! I said hopefully there's some cinema in Last of Us.
Yeah, I mean, so that's we gonna talk about that next week. I hope we will all get a chance to watch it. That is coming out this weekend. It's actually airing today, so I have
Yes,
a chance to
sir.
check
I'm
it out.
excited about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I
And
seen the trailer
y'all never
for it.
played the game before, so this shit
Yeah,
should be
yeah.
this shit should be kind of crazy for y'all. Yeah.
It's like it's almost like seeing like Dawn of the Dead or like Resident Evil without playing the game.
Right. But
Yeah,
if Resident Evil actually followed the source material,
Nah, it really did though.
because none of the movies followed the source material. I don't understand why they didn't do it.
money, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I found out though. Mila, whatever her name is, the girl that starred in all the movies, her
Yeah,
husband is a
the Russian
producer.
chick.
Yeah. Her husband is the producer of all the Resident Evil movies. That's why she stars in them.
Bruh.
You see what I mean, though? Like,
Yeah.
you see that right now? Take that concept and apply it to how Snowfall is made. What if it's some shit like that? Like, what if all this shit we want it comes down to oh, the guy that directed and casted everybody, that's my homie, so he put me in it, so I'm the writer now. That's what this should be, bro. It be
Real
nepotism and
shit.
money, like.
Real
So
shit.
that's why I just be like, if I could get entertained, bro, like
But
at any
So
context,
we couldn't
it
get
worked
video
out
game accurate
though.
stories because you was fucking this bitch.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. Like that part is whack. But don't get me wrong. Like I thought she smoked the first like two
yeah,
Resident
the first
Evil.
two were amazing.
The
Yeah,
first two
like
were cool,
I really enjoyed
but
them.
it wasn't the source material. They weren't in the Umbrella Mansion. Where the fuck was Wesker? Where the fuck was Leon? The fuck is this?
Yeah, it was like yeah. That's what I'm
What is
saying.
this?
Like
This is
it's almost
blasphemy.
like it was like a complete different like you know what I'm saying. Like it was
Right,
separate from.
right. The only thing that was accurate was the zombies. That was it. Other than that, everybody else was just freestyle people.
But I
It was
feel like
freestyle unity.
Resident Evil is one of them games
It has
where
a
like
story.
you can kind of escape it with your imagination, like with that shit. Like
You
you know what
can,
I'm saying?
but
Like you
you can't. You can, but you kind of can't because the story is the story. There is a story being told.
no, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying like if you know if you just trying to create something and you feel you find yourself not following a story and you want to take it elsewhere. Like I feel like Resident Evil was like one of those where you can easily turn like you know what I'm saying a movie. And
And 5-2 in a mansion. Resident Evil,
that
right? That what you're saying?
shit, that shit would
Which
yeah,
be.
I get you on that. It does. It has the premise of because it's zombie based. There is some
right.
type of escapism you can have within it to where you can go. Now I'm gonna just put these three niggas in a house with a bunch of evil zombies, and we gonna call that Resident Evil.
Cause I feel like, bro, no matter where you go with it, bro, whenever there's some sort of zombie apocalypse, bro, you can that shit can take you like
Your
out this universe.
imagination is suspended at that point. I think I understand both sides. I do feel you like the source material wasn't there, and it would be great if they did follow it. But when you introduce zombies, you can really do whatever, man. Like there's
Yeah,
so
bro.
many ways you could take it. I do agree they should have, because it is coming from the brain of Resident Evil and that brand. It would be cool if they kept it in line with but they just like, yo, we got zombies. We want to make a movie. Shit, let's do this.
Yeah, and like to think about the first one, now that I think about it, the first one, I'm not really sure, you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, man, you from the jump, bro, like they literally like made their own story. Like it's not even like they made their own monster, all kind of shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Man, this is the takeaway from all of this shit that I realized, and I've been realizing just recently. And this is probably, and this is exactly why for us, speaking for us specifically, us three, we're creators, bro. So when we see other creative stuff, and especially if it comes from a direct source, i.e. Resident Evil, i.e. Snowfall is cracking the 80s, i.e. that time period, we when we create, we try to stay specific to our story that we're trying to tell. When you start seeing people creating stories and deviating from what it's supposed to be, we like, yo, this is bullshit. But the average casual person paying attention to something, they brains don't operate how ours do, bro. Like the average person watching and consuming content just put the shit on, watch it, and go about their business. They don't even give a fuck about plot lines. They don't care who directed it. They don't even give a fuck if it's a story being told. If they entertain, they see explosions, they see a zombie, they see some blood here and there. Their fix is made, and they good with that shit. So I think a lot of these, and this is when it comes down to money and shit, these Hollywood and these directors and these people making movies, they look like, hey, we want to, there's more people that are consuming this shit that don't care about what I just explained than do. So why cater to the people that are like the lower percent? Let's go for the masses, which that's where integrity comes into it. It's like, yo, it's because you want to create a brand that is respectable and last, but niggas be looking for the quick buck. So fuck it. They be like, fuck them creators. Fuck fuck the plot line. Let me give you some explosions, a little slow motion scene, gunfire, and ta-da, the end.
Don't get me wrong. In some cases, in a lot of cases, I feel like I'm not a fan of when they do shit like that. But I feel like when a director does do it and it's successful, like it's actually a fucking interesting film. Like I think he deserves some sort of props for that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I
it's
think
like
that's
he
what we. I
kind of
think that's
snatched like a whole concept off of the initial concept and made it something bigger. Like
and the
that.
Tarantinos, the Scorseses. That's why they greats. Like they tell
Right.
stories in their way, but it's still entertaining because at the true essence, they are creators. They know what people want to hear and they know how to make it. They know how to get it done. You know what I mean? I think that's where it comes down to just if you're not creative with some shit, you could put together a story, but it don't mean it makes sense. But it's still a story, and that's what separates people that are good and people that are motherfucking great. I mean, I just hope my boy Peaches is in this final season of Snowfall because that nigga disappeared and we don't know what happened to him. Shout out to
Yo,
D-Ray.
like what the fuck?
Bro just
what that writer? Like
left. They literally said he went to like the army or some bullshit, or he was like an army vet, and we don't know what happened, bro. They said a line or two, and that's it. We never seen D-Ray again.
yeah, they thought he stole a stash and like that, and then
They put
after
it on. They
that, it was
put that
like
on him.
yeah, and then after that, it was just like they forgot about it or they wasn't on him no more.
Yeah.
It was like, bro, come on, bro.
Peaches was one of my favorite characters from that shit. Him, Scully, and oh man, this has pissed me off even more thinking about fuck Snowfall, bro. I forgot
Nigga,
they gave us that bullshit ass storyline of this nigga, what's the dude name? What's the CIA nigga name? And his random love interest. Like, what the fuck was that? That shit came out of nowhere.
man.
Franklin got this new bitch that he's marrying now and have a baby with. We don't know where the fuck she came from. Like,
Yeah, and she seems like she's like a fed or something. Like,
man, fuck Snowfall, man. Man, fuck
Y'all
them
niggas is mad at me for wanting gang violence in the show about crack in the 80s.
You know
in
what?
LA.
You know what, Marz? You might be right, man. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that show.
nah, I already said it, bro. The show like been kind of like lost life after like the fucking what was it, second season or something like.
Season, yeah. Man, not third. I think third season. Because this is season 6, huh?
When Scully got there.
Yes,
like
I think Scully got there third season. Where after Scully got there, it went downhill, bro.
It's like they ran out of writing. Like they
Literally, like they got to the end of the page and it was just blank. And they were like, well, we got 2 more seasons left.
Like, all right, yeah, we gonna have this episode where Franklin is like trying to get away, gets caught by this neighbor, and he has like a random tiger.
Oh my god!
He's like, yo, what?
And then the neighbor, as long as he's been living there with this tiger that nobody knows about or ever heard or ever seen, he gets trapped in the cage.
He gets trapped in his own
fucking booby trap. He falls for that. Like what?
Yeah, on some Jennifer Coolidge shit.
What? On some fucking Jennifer Coolidge shit, bro.
Nigga just fell right in there.
Nigga fell in there. Dumb shit, bro. Fuck Snowfall.
Man.
Let's get into these sports, man. Let's get into this sports stuff, man. Let's finish this bitch out.
Yeah, man. What we doing? Oh, and one more thing before we get into sports. Megan, did we talk about that? No, we didn't, right?
Briefly, I just talked about watching the trailer, but we didn't talk about it. I definitely said I want to see that shit though.
Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to say. I plan to see it soon. Hopefully, I'll see it before the next pod, and we could touch on. Yo, I didn't know. Not to change the topic real quick, but I didn't know they had a Chucky series.
Shit, that's the first I'm hearing about it too. Like new Chucky series?
Yeah, it's like an actual series.
You know what? Is it called Child's Play?
I think so.
I think I have seen it. I think you know what?
It might be that or Chucky. It might just be called Chucky.
Chucky. I think I did see it. I think I was editing a clip or some shit, and I needed whatever we were talking about in the past, and I needed like a clip of Chucky, and I searched that. I did see something about a series, but wow. Yeah. But if you're going to check out Megan, if you want to talk about it next part, I'll definitely check it out, bro. We could definitely talk on that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, that and The Last of Us, boy. Getting into that.
Word. But these sports topics. Draymond Green he sat down with Taylor Rooks the other day. And they had an interesting convo. I fuck with Draymond because he gonna keep it a buck. You know what I mean? He gonna always keep it a buck. That's who he is and who we've come to know him as a personality and like a player off and on the court. We gonna know he gonna keep it a buck at the very least. It seems like he's always consistent with that. But I mean, during the convo, Taylor asked him like, "Hey, about his future with the Warriors. Like, what do you think? Like, you'll still be there? Like, cause earlier in the season it was talk before the season started when he punched up Jordan Poole. The talks were, man, it was because of the contract situation. Like Draymond mad because they picking Jordan Poole over him. You know the talks, and the internet was having a frenzy with having their own takes and shit and opinions. But I mean, Taylor Rooks does a great job at that. She gets down to the nitty gritty. She asks those questions that people want to hear, but she does it in a way where people are receptive to it. So upon that, she basically asked him like, yo, what do you think your future is with this team? And he goes, hey man, the writing's on the wall. Like the writing's on the wall. We all could kind of see it. If y'all can see it, I definitely have to see it because I'm the person that's involved. He went on to say like he understands the business. He'd be a fool to get upset. And he went to explain, I thought this was an interesting thing. He was like, yo, when it comes to business, we think people owe us because of our accomplishments. You know what I mean? We think, because I won these 4 rings with them and I was very integral to the team, they can't let me go. I'm Draymond Green. But when you understand the business, it's like, man, yeah, that's true, but we got these young dudes. Every year we get younger players, bro. Time happens. Like, we age. So as much accomplishments as you're going to get, it's going to be a younger dude that can now get some new accomplishments for us. So we got to move on from you, bro. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I can't picture any other team Draymond being on, though. That was my next thought. I'm like, what team would he go to?
I think Draymond will retire, bro.
You think so? I mean, it seems like he's setting up for that. Like, he got his podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah. He can do other things, bro. Like he really can be an analyst. Like he can sit on TNT and like literally take over TNT.
He's probably gonna do both, bro. Like now that you mentioned that retiring thing, just hearing retirement when it comes to sports, we are conditioned now, whether it's football, basketball, even I remember when Megatron retired, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Yo, he's still so young. Like, why would he do that?" But he was one of the first players that retired before the game retired him. And that was my point. Like sports, we think about retirement when you can't play anymore. Like you fucked up. Nobody even wants you. But retirement shouldn't be that in general without in life. Like we work at these jobs, people work at these jobs and shit. And retirement for them. Yeah, America pushes that shit. You work till you 70 and you die, nigga. Like I want to retire at 40.
Yeah, till you basically can't do what you was once good or great at. They want to drain you of all of that.
Yeah.
And then drop you.
Literally, to where they drain you.
Pause, yo. You said drain.
Oh, yeah, where I almost said it too. Pause. Damn, look, I almost said that shit too.
Yeah, good looking, boy.
God damn. Ready.
Yeah, I almost missed that shit too. Look, I almost fucked around and said it.
That was really outrageous, though. Drain.
It was.
Oh, that was. We might have to take a pause in this broadcast for that.
I had to double back. This nigga said drain.
Literally gotta blow the whistle.
Yo, word. They gotta blow the whistle on that one right there. That's a 3 in the key. We gotta shoot some free throws, bro. This game can't go on any further without these free throws being shot.
I'm sweating like Shaq right now.
Oh man, nah, the new shit is sweating like B Mickey, boy. Sweating like my nigga B Mickey, boy.
Yo, facial expressions, bro. That should be funny as fuck, dog.
We gonna talk about that too, y'all. I know we didn't talk about BMF. It's 2 episodes out. We gonna let it get a little further into the season before we start discussing that shit. You know what I mean? But check it out. We all watching it, and we want to try to check it out so y'all can follow up with us. But I fuck with Draymond, man. Like he's a smart brother, bro. So like you said, he's probably gonna retire with the Warriors, retire from his contract end. If they don't re-sign him, retire and fucking take over broadcasting because his podcast is already successful for what it is. And this is with him having a whole NBA career still. So if that's what he wants to do, he could end up on some JJ Redick shit. JJ Redick is that dude, bro. He be having all the young niggas love JJ Redick. Bro, like he had Desmond Bain on there again. This is what I was getting to again with Desmond Bain.
Yeah, because and not to cut you off, but
DB.
Like when you a fan, bro, listen, when you a fan, and I'm not even going to like subject this to just basketball. Football, baseball, whatever you watch, the legends, bro. And casuals might not think Draymond is at least on his way to legendary status or, had a legendary role on a legendary team. But the real ones who really are NBA fans, the real NBA heads who are actually in the league, the analysts, everybody, bro, they know what Draymond actually brings to the game. Guys like him, Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace, the list continues on, but
Udonis Haslem.
Yeah, Haslem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those guys, they don't have to drop 30 points a game to have the IQ of a genius, bro. Like they're literally geniuses on the court. They do more than one thing and they do it really, really well. And it may not turn up on the scoreboard or on the stat sheet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just listening to guys like Draymond, guys like JJ Redick, guys like CJ McCollum, shit, man, this is mad guys, bro. Even LeBron, bro. Shit, Kobe was on his way to becoming an analyst at some point.
Oh man, all right, man. I don't even want to talk about that shit. That shit upset me, bro. Like Kobe was about to do so much shit.
Yeah, so man, R.I.P. Kobe, bro. But so much goes into the game, and there's so much being a casual viewer or watcher or whatever, you miss out on a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure.
Guys like Draymond, he gives you the game like detail by detail, X's and O's, everything, bro. Broken down from the T. Why this guy gets defended this way, why, this guy is able to score so much points, why this team is able to do so well in the season and not do well in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So, Draymond, JJ Redick, they podcast is fire, bro.
Yeah, they give you that insider information. I mean, like, that's a new form of media. We never get to hear from, and this is basically the extension of what TNT, NBA on TNT did when they got Shaq, Chuck, Kenny on there. You know what I mean? We were hearing from the guys that would lived it and know, outside of just motherfuckers that are at home sitting on their couch trying to say what should have happened or what happened here. These are people that actually played the game telling you. So there's a little more credibility there. I mean, but that takes us to our next topic. Jamal Crawford, Jay Smooth, Jay Crossover. And he recently joined NBA on TNT on Tuesdays. Yes. But the part to me that was fire, not only him being on there, it was fire, but how they introed him on his first day. Did you see the video? I think I sent it to the chat.
Where he
was crossing everybody up.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was fire, bro. He was just walking in with his suit, just crossing everybody up in the hall as he got to his desk on the TV. On air. I thought that was the perfect. Whoever came up with that deserves a raise. That's something so small and so minor, but it means so much. Like, when you think of Jamal Crawford, you think of legendary status for multiple reasons. I think he's one of the only players to drop like 50 on like 3 different teams. Like, playing for 3 different franchises, he dropped 50. I don't think anybody else in NBA did that before. Not even Bron, I don't think. But yeah, I thought that was cool. Like, somebody, that's what I was saying. You think of him as getting a bucket, and you think of him having monster handle, bro. For today's NBA and the NBA that he played in, his handles was always top 3, top 2. You could still say right now, top 3 NBA player crossover all time. You're going to put Kyrie up there, or NBA handles. Kyrie up there, Jamal Crawford is up there too. Anybody else you can add, it don't matter. But those two.
Nah, it's definitely Jamal Crawford, the top 5 for sure.
I'm going to top 3, bro. I'm putting Kyrie in the top 3 too.
Kyrie actually might be the greatest. Actually,
yeah, I might say he's 1. Yeah, I'll put him up at
Kyrie.
Up on 1.
You got Allen Iverson.
Got AI word.
Yeah,
Jamal.
Yeah, you got Jamal Crawford. Some guys might consider Deron Williams or Chris Paul younger days.
They had a moment.
Yeah.
Some people might want to put Steph on there. Steph got some handles. He be cooking up, but that's not what you know Steph for.
Nah, don't get me wrong. Steph handles is elite, but to compare his handles to Kyrie, that's like a joke. Like it's like a joke, because what creates the scariness of Steph's dribble is that fucking shot.
Yeah, exactly.
At the drop of a second, without you even getting a chance to put your hand up. And then the ball goes in. So that's terrifying. So it don't matter what he's doing, like dribble-wise, because as soon as you reach, he's going to lift up and he's going to, you know what I'm saying, do what he does. Kyrie is just an artist on the court, bro. Like,
literally, he's poetry in motion on the court, bro. Even to like his layup packages. I hate that I just said layup package as if like he got a package of different layups he does. But that's some 2K shit. He does, but in his mind, he ain't thinking about it like that. That nigga is just doing art.
Bro, that man's one of the bruh, like, dude, he's amazing on the court. He's amazing on the court.
Some people nowadays they might say Ja Morant. I won't, but
I will not. Sorry.
Ja Morant might have something to say about that, though. You seen what he said recently. You banged it on somebody else recently.
Who the fuck did he dunk on anyway? Who was that?
I know he dunked on my boy Jakob Poeltl from the Spurs again, but this most recent one was on the Pacers. Let me pull up the footage right now so I could shame the gentleman in question for being dunked on so bad.
Yeah, who's that guy? He got a name on his jersey?
Indiana Pacers number. Damn, dog.
Does he play for the
number
team?
25. I don't even know who bro is. Number 25 on the Indiana Pacers.
Not to take away from Ja's dunk though, because that nigga be jumping mad high and shit. But yeah, I don't know.
So the man in question. Oh, that was Jalen Smith. He's actually nice.
Oh, it is Jalen Smith.
Damn, Jalen. Damn, dog. So after that happened, Ja Morant is a social media baby. He a young nigga, so he be on Instagrams and shit. He went on Twitter and tweeted, "Jump with me if you want to go viral."
Yeah, he definitely dunked on that nigga.
Yo, he didn't. He put him in the rim, bro.
Yeah,
he put Jalen in the rim, bro. Damn, Jalen, you my nigga. I hate it had to be you. Damn, man. But shout out to Ja. Shout out to Jalen too, boy. But I don't know how you gonna redeem yourself after that, my boy.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball coming back. I know you hype.
Yeah, that's my boy.
I fuck with Lonzo Ball too, cause this is where I'm at the age now. I need to stop saying that. I be hearing myself say that shit on the playbacks, and I be like, yo, what the fuck you mean, bro? Like, at my age now.
Nigga sound like Corey.
Exactly, nigga. I didn't want to say that, but that's kind of how I be coming off.
Nigga. Right.
A young old nigga, bro. I'm young as hell talking about at my age now. Like, bro, shut your silly ass up. But that's the stage of the podcast we at now, to where I'm criticizing myself on shit I be saying. But that's not me, because I'm trying to get better with this shit. You know what I mean? You gotta play the game tape back. But all of that to say, I'll be focused on this ultimate story of anything nowadays. Like, people have a take, yo, Lonzo Ball is ass. Lonzo Ball is this, Lonzo Ball is that. Whoever is this, whoever is that. I like to look at the complete story in totality, man. Like, you gotta understand, Lonzo Ball was known as a basketball player way before he even got to the NBA, bro. He had his whole situation with his dad, LeVar Ball, doing whatever people want to say. We know the storyline. He got drafted by the Lakers. That shit didn't work out. He played with LeBron. He got traded to the Pelicans. But he been balling. Like, throughout that whole shit, he been balling. Like, literally, he been doing his last name proud. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hasn't been ass anytime. He maybe not has been he's not like at all-star level, but he's not a bad basketball player. And even more so, like, he's a great point guard. He gets double-digit assists. He plays a little defense. He gets steals. He could put up like 12 points. He might drop 20 on you, but he's a solid basketball player. Word, like he a solid ball player.
Listen, they underestimated my boy because of them Lakers years. You know what I'm saying? They said his shot was he could, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't shoot.
That was it. Yeah.
Boy, you can't leave that man open no more, bro.
He got a jump shot now.
Work ethic is crazy, bro.
And that's what it is, man. I fuck with that. I fuck with him, his worth ethic. You could see it.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see now. That's how I judge. And I don't even like the word judge, because I don't judge. Or I try to judge less. But that's what I fuck with now.
When you a fan of a certain sport or whatever it is, bro, and you notice a player that comes into the league, bro, those are the legendary players. Those are the players that become the legends. The players that you see literally, like Giannis, come in as a skip, knows one thing, don't know how to do anything else. Probably just started playing a sport.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And year by year, you see his repertoire building. He getting better at a post shot. His
working
handle,
on his
the
body,
ball
getting
now.
stronger.
Pass you right. He putting his, you know what I'm saying? He got his mass is crazy. So now he dunking on niggas every chance he get. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? So
put in that work, man. I love seeing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I love seeing people put in the work and reap the benefits of it. I like that shit a lot. Just cause, you know what I mean, in our trajectory, what we doing is taking the work. But when you see the work pay off, it's like, yeah, I fuck with that. So when you see it in somebody else, and when you at a certain level, like those dudes, you know what I mean? A Giannis, a motherfucking De'Aaron Fox. Like I fuck with De'Aaron Fox. He got way better. Domantas Sabonis. You know what I'm saying? Dudes that came in the league, Jokic came in the league, didn't have any notoriety, nothing, didn't even get playing time. They got their moment and pew, they took off. They never looked back. That's what I fuck with, man. I like that. So shout out to them boys, man. Shout out to Lonzo Ball.
yeah, man.
NFL playoffs, man. The Jaguars. Wow. Didn't expect them to win. Holy cow.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? At this current moment, all the games aren't done, but the Dolphins are currently beating the Bills, which they beat them in the regular season, son. So, you know what I mean? If it wouldn't be a quote unquote upset if they win, but it's still halftime just ended. So, at this current moment, it's 24-20. The Bills are losing. Seahawks got their ass smoked by the 49ers. I seen a funny ass meme that said it had a picture of, you know, that face, that LeBron meme when he was on Miami, when he made that face of like, yeah, it's game time now. He kind of like looking down. He looking underneath his eyes in a way. He just got that look on. He got the headband on. It said it had that picture and the caption said Nick Bosa whenever the quarterback is black. Because you know Nick Bosa is like a fucking Trump supporter or whatever they try to put on him. That shit was funny. But the Jaguars, they beat the Chargers 31-30 on a comeback. I know I was watching that game and they were losing 27-0. And the Chargers only hit a field goal after that, bro. And the Jaguars scored 31. Crazy.
Sheesh.
All I know is by this time next week, I hope I am not upset that the Cowboys lost to Tom Brady, but they play Tom Brady and we're going to see what happens, man. The Giants play the Vikings. Fuck the Giants. And the Ravens play the Bengals. So, NFL playoff time, man. The wild cards are here. It's crazy how fast that shit turned up, man. Like, shit, wow. Super Bowl is right around the corner. We're going to see.
Literally.
We're going to see if we got new music from Rihanna or not, or if she's going to play us like she always does. And we take it because it's Rihanna.
I don't know, man. I feel like she's gonna drop something, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I feel like she's kind of past the music thing.
Yeah, she surpassed music, bro. That's a wild thing to say, though. Think about that. Surpassing music is wild because music, the pinnacle of being an artist and being successful in music, it meant something before. I don't think it means shit nowadays, unless you like a Bad Bunny or Drake. But anything underneath that, you could be great, and people don't even care, bro. Like, that's nobody gives a fuck nowadays, and me included. But I don't know what it. I know what it is. It's social media and just the amount of entertainment and shit is just in our face every day. It's so hard to keep up with anything. But Frank Ocean is supposed to be coming back too. We forgot to mention that. He's headlining one of the days at Coachella. So just like him and Rihanna, they're gonna be at these. This is their first time performing, and after years of going away and not putting out music. So you know the speculation is, they got to be dropping new music. So hopefully they both drop some new shit. I've been bumping both of their music recently heavy. I mean, I've been bumping their music heavily recently. Old Rihanna. Specifically, I've been bumping. I got the actual CD. I don't even know the name of it. But the one where it got Diamonds Are Forever on there, it got Love Songs with Future. I think that's the We Found Love project too. Whatever that project is, rated R or some shit. That one, I've been bumping that shit heavy. And I ain't been bumping Frank heavy. I just been bumping the same fucking song, Pilot Jones. I don't know why. Pilot Jones, Pilot Jones. I just like that shit. Shout out to Frank, man. Shout out to Frankie.
Sierra Leone is my shit, man.
That whole project, bro. Pyramids is a 9-minute song, and no part of that song is like a skip. You don't got to skip anything. There's multiple different change ups in that beat. Ah, man, beautiful. And then the video is insane.
Yo, bro, I was about to say that, bro. That's probably my favorite video of all time.
Man. Fucking faces changing up and shit. That shit's spooky. It's creative.
So fire, bro.
Heat, man. Heat. And that's probably the perfect way to end, because that right there was a technology that wasn't new at the time. He just did it in the right way because he knew what he wanted to use it for. Or the person that gave him the idea, that directed the video, had the idea. I'm focused on that type of shit nowadays. Like, it's a bunch of different resources and shit out here to where people can be like, oh, that's not new. I've seen that before. But if you got a direct focus on what you're trying to do, you can make some shit with something that already exists. You ain't got to have the new state-of-the-art thing to create something dope. You know what I mean? So don't let that go over your heads out there listening. And before we end, I just want to say, man, just move out there in the world with more love, less ego, because that ego shit will kill you. You're not that important, fam. You're not that important out here, y'all. Marz, let's get up out of here, man. Let's get off this train, man. They've been on this train for a little while now.
Fucking degenerates, you fucking hypocrites, you fucking, you bitch ass niggas, you fucking snitches, you fucking cum guzzlers, you fucking degenerates, you fucking assholes, you imbeciles, all you weak hating ass motherfuckers. If you's a weak hating ass motherfucker, you just a jealous motherfucker. Let me do my best Diddy impression. Nah, get the fuck up out of here. All the single mothers out there, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Wake that little nigga up. He's been napping for like 4 hours now. You know what I'm saying? And little nigga be up all night fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come over and slap some ass and, you know what I'm saying, suck on some tits. You know what I'm saying? About 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I think all my real niggas can relate to that. Make sure that little nigga's sleeping, man.
You heard? Get with it or get rolled over, you heard?
Yeah, my real niggas, get off the block. It's Sunday, go spend time with your family.
Go bump that new French, man. That Coke Boy 6.
New French, that Coke wave. Blow some piff and listen to that Coke wave. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't smoked piff in a while. You know what I mean?
Some chocolate. Get some good chocolate or some good Airy. You know what I mean? Light up.
Nerd up.
Light up. It's cracking the 80s.
It's cracking the 80s, nigga.
Crack.